friends, I'm Jennifer with Home Sweet Create, and I just want to welcome. We're going to do a hang tag. These are just the wood hang tags. I ordered these off of Amazon in a pack. I'm just going to be using the Mod Podge and matte finish. Okay, I just put a little bit of Mod Podge on my fingers to separate napkins, and usually it's pretty fail proof. This one's stuck together good. That's a high quality napkin right there. Okay, so I already know I have it down to just the one layer. And basically I just want to make sure I get my text on there straight, but if you don't, it's okay. Get us a coat of Mod Podge on here. And if this was, you know, natural wood, it wasn't already white, I would have painted it, because you know your napkins, they're translucent when they get on there, and you will see whatever is in your background. Another thing that would be beautiful with this is a hymnal page. All right, I think I got that pretty straight first try. So I just kind of tap it, and then I use a chip brush, and you just want to kind of just straight up and down, and it just kind of gets all of the wrinkles and all that stuff out of there, which I don't mind wrinkles, but I mean it just pounces them straight out of there. See, now you can see how beautiful. So we're just going to dry that for just a second, and then we are going to add our bling on there. And y'all, you can add glitter, do all the things before resin. I just use a sanding block and just kind of go around that and just get those edges off. Okay, so that's what we've got. I am going to go ahead and pop that little hole. Of course I am, probably, because there's almost impossible to avoid the resin getting in there. So you just take a little tiny drill and drill that out. Okay, so we've got our beautiful bronze bling. This is one of the brooch pins. You can just take some little wire cutters. They come off very easily. Okay, almost. There we go. So that just pops right off. Okay, I'm just going to use some hot glue since we are going to be setting this with resin. If you weren't, I would suggest some hot glue and some E6000. Okie dokie. And if you don't want to use the resin, you don't have to. You can do the same thing without using the resin. Since this is so tiny, I'm just going to put a little dab of glue directly on it as to not burn myself. Oh my goodness, y'all. And look, how stinking cute is that? Isn't that just beautiful? Okay, this I like because it does have that vintage feel. I like to use the Distress Oxide in the color Vintage Photo. And I just take it, I use just a makeup applicator. It didn't make the perfect tree, and I just go around the edges, y'all. Just adds a little something. And if you wanted to do this on both sides, by all means, you could do the other side as well. These would be pretty as an additional little gift. You can use it as your tags on your Christmas gifts. I mean, that's just a gift in itself, right? Okay, and I'll show y'all. See how it just adds, there we go, just a little extra something. Generally, if you're decoupaging with napkins, you do want to put a top coat on there just to seal it up, but since we're going to be adding the Resin, we don't need to do that. With the resin, it's 1-to-1 ratio. This is the art resin. It's 1-to-1. So if I'm gonna add the little 10 milliliters of the hardener, of course I need to add 10 milliliters of the resin, and you have to stir it for 3 minutes exactly, not quickly, just stir slow. Okay, that's our 3 minutes. Here we go. Now, I've always heard that you shouldn't just like pour it on there, just to kind of drizzle it, and you want to drizzle it more. Like, I'm not trying to build it all the way up over it. I'm not going to apply it directly to my bling. I'm just going to kind of go around it. So that's what we're going to do. But I'm going to use the stick, okay? So I'm going to use this stick, and I'm going to start, and I'm just going to go around. Can y'all see that? And just let it drip off. I always heard if you just pour it directly on there, you're going to get too much without fail. And this just kind of helps secure it. Also, the bling to the piece. You don't have to use this. This is a little torch. You can do it with a lighter. It'd probably work with a heat gun too. I'm not sure. But this just helps you get, you just swoosh it over, and I wish you could see, it's pretty satisfying. You just go across it, and you can see all the little air bubbles popping out of it. It is so pretty.
Totally Dazzled sells sparkling rhinestone wedding supplies. Check us out at totallydazzled.com. But before you do, click up here and download our free printable sparkle quotes. Or click down here and watch one of our other awesome tutorials.